Yeah, hey, for everybody that was on here last week, man, it was crazy. Man, it was just a lot going on. What up, Alex? What's good, Doc? Hey, man, I'm going to be in Georgia pretty soon, man. We got to get together, bro. All right, cool. There you go. Yup. So, yeah, y'all, man, last week we was going over Millionaire moments, and I had my bride on. I had Camille. And man, y'all showed a lot of love. It was crazy, just the response that she got. I'm talking about she got a bunch of messages and everybody was like, man, you need to come on more often. All right, my daughter just bringing me, look at this, y'all. Look at this, look at this. My daughter just brought me an espresso. Look at this on the saucer. Look at this. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. I'll tell you, them girls, man, they're gonna take care of you. Man, so yeah, Camille came on. And man, she brought the best out of me. I think she just, the whole situation, man. So man, look, I need y'all to do me a favor. I am trying to get Camille to come and start speaking with me. We doing like some type of couples type thing and stuff like that. So look, man, I need y'all to like show her some love. I need you to, Alex said, what room you in? This is the nightclub, bro. This is the nightclub room right here. It's the bar right there. Whole big old room set up, little setup over there. So I use this, man. I hijacked this room and use it as the podcast room now. So yeah, this is what we do the podcast. And but man, I want y'all to show Camille some love and send some messages. I don't know, send some hearts. Man, just encourage her to come back on here next to me by my side, so that we can go ahead, man, and just keep on blessing people, man. I always say, man, the Bible says, rather, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. I mean, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing and finds favor with the Lord. And I can definitely say, just ever since we've been together, I have definitely found favor with God just by her being by my side. So, man, it's deep, man. It's deep. So I ain't about to get all emotional stuff. That's a whole nother side or whatever. I know she's watching probably right now. I'm not even sure. But, man, I want to make sure that we getting into this chapter right here. This is chapter 7. So, man, chapter 7, man. This one right here, this one is called The Ride. All right? This was the ride of a lifetime. But before I get there, we're going to recap a little bit about last week. Just about one stream is not enough. And last week we was just talking about, one stream of income is just too close to having zero, right? And so I talked about how like you'll go to somebody's house. It kills me how you'll go to somebody's house and they might have about 4 or 5 cars. I just even say 2 or 3 cars, right? You got 2 or 3 cars parked in the garage and you can only drive one, but yet you only have one stream of income. So it's more important to you to have several actual vehicles in your house to drive. And the reason why, like one of my boys, he got at least about 6 cars, right? And I ain't gonna blow him out, I ain't gonna put his name out there. We got about 6 vehicles. And I'm like asking him all the time, like, dog, you can only drive one vehicle, bro. Like, why do you have 6 vehicles? And he's just like, man, just in case one of my cars break down, then I got one of these other cars. Why don't you use that same kind of mentality for your life then? Like, that's the question that I always sit back and I just ask them, like, bro, if it's that important for you to have 6 vehicles in your garage, just in case one car break down, why you don't have, 6 income streams, just in case one of those income streams stop? So, man, look, I'm telling y'all, this is so important. All right, and so on that last call, that's what we talked about, and I talked about how, like if something happened to my life, like what would have happened to my wife? And that's why I thought it was important to bring her on. And for all y'all that was on, y'all saw, I asked her right then and there, and it's so crazy because I don't think I ever asked her that question. Like, man, what would have happened to you? And even when I sit back and I ask that question right now, it still does something to me. It does something to me right now just thinking about when I got shot at. Right? That time when that 16-year-old kid shot at me, what would have happened to my wife if I'd have lost my life that day? What would have happened to our family? What would have happened? Because at that point, I wasn't set up, right? I don't even think I had life insurance. I think the police department would have gave her a flag they would have gave her, little flag they do. They did the whole ceremony, the 21 gun salute, and then they would have been like, man, he was a heck of an officer. And then that would have been it. But what would have happened to where we were living at? What would have happened to, just her way of life? And then, Lord forbid, if we had children at the time, what would have happened to them? Would their dreams and wants and wishes went in the grave with me? And so it was just so deep. So I asked her, I looked her right in the face and was just like, man, like, what would have happened? And just have you ever imagined, like, what your life would have been like? And she said at that moment, like, man, I never imagined life without you. And I was like, man, that's deep. And it's times like that. And I don't know if some of my fellas on here, can if you have ever thought about that, but like, I'm the type of man where no excuses, right? I want to take care of my children. I want to take care of my loved ones no matter what. I want to take care of them no matter what, right? No matter if I'm alive, no matter if I'm dead, no matter what. I want to take care of my family. And I never wanted to put off my family to a company or to another man or to anybody. I feel like it's my responsibility. And so that's why it was just so important for me, almost losing my life and almost losing my job. It was important for me to say, hey, I got to do something and I got to do it now because this could happen again. Yeah, I was blessed to get out of this situation, but the reality is it could happen again at any moment. So I got to do what I got to do right now. And so that if something ever comes about, like the reality is that, and I got into a shooting, right? Somebody tried to take my life. I was on the job and I know what I signed up for. But if you just think about it, everybody that's like listening to me right now, we are all really just 1 second away from something happening to us. We're 1 second away from losing our jobs, right? We're 1 second away. Like literally the company can shut down right now. Something could happen. They can shut down right now and you have to find another job. Something can happen, to your life. All of a sudden people were here today and gone today, right? Somebody just messed around, got sick, and all of a sudden now they're dead. So it's just like, man, look, you really have to take life serious, but take it serious in a way where you're still taking care of your family, taking care of your responsibilities. And the crazy part about it is, it's so simple to do. And that's what this book has been all about, right? We're just breaking down the mindset of the 9-to-5 mentality, right? So we're just breaking down the mindset so that you guys could understand, like, just because you work your 9-to-5 does not mean that your life is over. Just because you work your 9-to-5 don't mean that you can't, still live life like the 1%ers do. All right, you are just one. You're just one property away. You one truck away. Like my boy Alex out here who got good energy trucking. Man, y'all go check him out. You're just one idea away from transitioning from that 9-to-5 mentality where you just gotta put all your trust in this company. All right. So man, that was my wake-up call that I said. That was the wake-up call in life for me. And it told me that I gotta do something. I gotta do it now. And so my thing was, I asked all you guys, like, what's the wake-up call in your life? Like what is it that happened in your life that made you say, okay, cool, man, I got to do something. I got to do it now. I got to do something different. Because the way life is for me right now, it might not always be this way. All right? So, man, cool. So this chapter is called The Ride. And so I'm going to read something, man, from chapter 7, from the beginning of it. I want y'all to listen to this. To show something that is usually hidden, to tell the true facts about a person or a situation and show them it to be dishonest or illegal, to let somebody find out about something by giving them an experience of it or showing them what it's like, to put somebody or something in a place or situation where they are not protected from something harmful or unpleasant. This is Oxford's dictionary definition of the word exposure. Exposure. Man, look, I want y'all to think about right now, like, what does that word mean to you? Exposure. All right? I want y'all to think about what exposure means to you, because exposure has literally changed my life. So after that shooting and everything took place, and after I said that I have to do, right? I came up in the last chapter with the mindset, like I got to do something different. And I got to do it now. I don't have time to waste, because the reality is that any day I can lose my life. Anytime I can lose my life. So then all of a sudden, now, this was the part where, I had a friend of mine who was playing in the NFL. And at this point, he called me and he asked me to, he said he heard I got shot. Yeah, or whatever. And I told him, yeah, I got into a shooting. He said, hey, if you ever want to get away, you can come on to Baltimore and, man, come check out the game, come chill with me. And so I took him up on this offer. So here it is, guys. At that point, I'd never really been away from Chicago. I mean, I traveled. Of course, I played football, so I traveled different places. I did different things. But this trip was different, right? So here it is. I went to Baltimore. And I remember we were just driving there, and on the way there, it was just crazy, because I remember it was just raining. I had my brother with me. I had my friend Vince with me. And you guys are going to meet Vince probably in one of the other chapters. I'm going to actually bring him on. And I remember, man, it was just so different. We actually got there. And when we got there to Baltimore, my guy lived in a gated community. And when we got there, man, they had a guard come out. And the guard came out and, checked us off on the list to see if we were there. And then we went through this gate. And then when we went through the gates, y'all, I promise y'all, it was like something out of a movie, right? It was like storming on the whole way there. But then when we actually pulled up to the gates and that gate opened up, I'm telling you, it was like all of the rain just stopped. It was like just a thunderstorm and everything just completely stopped. And then we drove straight through, and it was just like, man, it was just something out of a magazine. It was mansions all aligned up and down the street. I'm talking about like 10,000 square foot mansions. It was the Lamborghinis and Bentleys parked outside. I mean, it was just so crazy. I remember at the time seeing like kids walking to school and they had on their plaid outfits. And also I remember seeing like women, they were all outside and they were just, like exercising in the area. It was just so crazy. Something I ain't never seen in Chicago before. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, man, like this exposure is just crazy. Like I ain't even went inside my friend's house yet, but yet I'm seeing all these mansions out here, 10,000 square foot homes. Now back in Chicago, right, I lived in a blue collar community, right? Everybody around me were police officers, all right? And so here it is, everybody kind of had the same type of house. Most of the houses about 1,500 square feet. Right? I grew up as a police officer. I grew up in a community of 1,500 square foot homes. Everybody drove the same type of cars, Camrys, Buicks, things like that. I never seen a Bentley. I never seen a Lamborghini. I never seen these things in person. So I just thought that it just blew me away as we were just driving down the street. And I remember we were just driving real slow, right? Kind of soaking in all of these different places. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, man, I didn't even know people lived like this. And the crazy part about it was everybody there couldn't have been a millionaire, right? Everybody there couldn't have couldn't have played in the NFL, right? Somebody that lived in this house had to either work for a company or either own a company. It just seemed strange to me that every single house was just a mansion. And so I was like, wow, this is amazing. My mindset at that moment. And that's why that exposure level. Now, this was somebody, like I said, my friend, I was going there just to go hang out. But just entering into his community showed me some exposure that I've never seen before. So, like, we're breaking this whole thing down. So I'm going to ask you guys, what exposure are you getting? Like, think about it. What exposure are you getting? All right, somebody just asked, how can they purchase the book? Go to 9to5millionaire.com. I put it in the chat. All right, go to 9to5millionaire.com. That's where you can get the book from. Yep, I'll put it right there. Let me pin that. Yep. So, man, ask yourself, like, what exposure are you getting? So this was like I don't promise you, everybody that follow me, everybody, you have to get exposure at all costs. I always like to say, you got to go after exposure like most broke people go after liabilities, right? People that don't have much money, they just want to spend it. As soon as you get the money, I got to spend it on something. I got to buy some clothes. I got to buy this. I got to buy that. That's how you need to go after exposure. Every single day, you got to go after exposure. It is that important. The crazy part about it is I come across people all the time and they would rather sit back and ask me for money than to ask me how is it that I do what it is I do. I get people all the time, Jay, man, can I get $5,000? Do you know what following me around Chicago just one day will do? What's that value? What's that worth? But you would rather get $5,000 because that's all your mind sees. I'm telling you, put more value to exposure. Exposure will change your life. Here it is, y'all. I'm riding through this area. And that day, like I said, that day was different from any other day of my life. Here it is. This was 22, 21 years ago. And the crazy thing is, the mansions that I saw, right? 10,000, the average house there was about 10,000 square foot. Today, I live in an 18,000 square foot home. Those kids, they were walking around the neighborhood and just going to school. They just had this look on their face, right? It was just something about them. My children wear those same plaid outfits. Those same plaid outfits those kids had on, my children has it. And all of this was done unconsciously. Like I didn't go pick my kids' school by the uniform, the plaid outfits. Like it wasn't like I went to the school and was like, let me see your outfits. Let me see what the kids wear here. This is where I'm gonna put my kids to school. Actually, I'm lying. I did do that. I did. I just wanted to see the plaid. Camille wanted to see the curriculum. I wanted to see the plaid outfits. All right? I ain't gonna lie on that. I wanted to see the plaid. That's all I wanted to see. But the women that I told you guys that was just walking around the neighborhood, they were exercising. You know, they wasn't at work when they should have been at work at that time. Man, that image of them stayed in my head. And because of that, I retired my wife at the age of 22. Because I remember that image of seeing these women just walking around and exercising all day. And just walking around looking like they were just having a good time. And so because of that, I unconsciously worked towards that for my wife. I'm going to read something real quick. Psychologists of various lanes have said that 40 to 95% of what we do, say, and feel are all learned behaviors. Man, I need y'all to hear that again. Psychologists of various lanes have said that 40 to 95% of what we do, say, and feel are all learned behaviors. So now what I want you to do is, because this is the point in my life, I said, man, I didn't even know people was living like this. Here it is. I'm making a decision on what kind of house we're going to live in, but it's based off of my exposure level, right? It's based off of the houses that I grew up seeing. So when we initially started looking for a house, I'm looking for one of the best houses that a police officer could afford, because that's what the exposure level I had at the time. But it was when I went out there, I seen people living different. So it kind of spread my mindset. It made me now start thinking to myself like, man, wait a minute. This house that I was looking at, I'm looking for the best 1,500 square foot home on the south side of Chicago. But I'm coming out here and I'm seeing people living in 10,000, 12,000, 13,000 square foot homes. And I'm like, wait a minute. It stretched my mind. It literally stretched my mind. So I got to ask you, and I need you to really think about this, and I need you to write this down. What are you doing right now that's stretching your mind? Like, what are you literally doing? Like, when is the last time, like the plan that you're building for your life, what is it based on? Is it based on what you saw growing up? Or is it based on what you are seeing currently right now in your life? Just think about it. I just read to you that 40 to 95% of what we do, what we say, and how we feel are all learned behaviors. Who are you learning from? Maybe the reason why you believe that, okay, I'm going to work this job for the next 30 years and I'm going to let the company take care of me, and then when I hit 75 years old, I'm going to live my life. Maybe that's a learned behavior. I mean, you got to really think about this and ask yourself this question. So for everything that you learn, you have to unlearn it. But the way to unlearn it is to be exposed to something new, to be exposed to a new idea, right? That's the only way that you can eliminate an old idea, is to be exposed to a new idea and replace that new idea, or replace that old idea rather. So man, maybe even if you think about your health, everything goes towards what you saw growing up. So maybe the foods you eat, you're eating that because this is what your parents maybe fed you. Or this is what you saw growing up. This is what was fed in your community. This was served in your community. But what if you found out there was some other foods out there? Right? Are you willing to try it? Well, in that same way, that's how you have to go about exposure. So what I want to do, I want to bring somebody on right now. And I just want to hear from you. Like, what things have you been, or what ideas have you had that you have currently, and now you think about it, it's all geared towards, something growing up, right? This idea all came from your past. All right, so let me go to let's see who in here. All right, cool. I'm about to bring some people on right now. All right, Jose. I'm gonna bring Jose on. All right. Yep, come on in. Come on in. What's up, Jose? You there? I just see a green screen, man, if you're there. All right, let's see. All right. Are you there? All right, I guess I'll see. Let me try to get somebody else in. Let me see. Somebody said I enrolled in extreme execution with Moose and ET, and I'm getting exposed to some deep stuff. Absolutely. All right, let's see. Hey, what's up, man? Right, this is crazy, y'all. I'm just getting people. Let's see, man. Let's get somebody else in here. All right, hold on one second. Hey, what's up? You there? Let's see. All right, remove. All right, there we go. We're gonna remove them. Remove. There we go. All right. I'm gonna get somebody else in. I don't know what just happened with them, but Yori, I'm about to bring you in. There we go. Let me see. There we go. There we go.
You want to show my face?
Yeah, come on in, man.
How do I get my face to show up?
It's on your camera. Your camera on?
Yeah, it should be. Come on. Oh, man.
Somebody said, if I have 25,000, what's the best way to get into real estate? Man, you got 25,000. The best way to get in real estate is first get the information. You don't want it. You just can't lose that 25,000. So you got to get the right information. All right, don't spend the 25,000. The right information shouldn't even cost you even close to that. But you should definitely look into make real estate real, and that way you can know exactly how to utilize that 25,000 the right way. All right. So hey, you there yet, man?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know why my camera's not working.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you fix your camera for me and hit me back?
Okay.
All right. Yep. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Let me see something. Somebody said, pick me. All right. Have it go live. Yep. All right. I'm about to have you on right now. All right. Cool. There we go.
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Man, so what's your name? I can't hear you. Say that again.
I said I'm at the 9 to 5.
Oh, you at
That's
the
what I'm
9 to
doing. I'm
5?
just
What you do?
patrolling
What you do?
around.
You don't mind saying?
I do security.
Oh,
I do
okay.
security. In like a housing complex type thing. But I also kind of like took a lot of things from you because you know you was like, well, you are the 9 to 5 millionaire. Well, I actually do have a business. I have a credit repair business, and
Yeah.
before I quit my actual job, I went and I hired a VA. So I was like, boom, I'm gonna hire a VA for 250 and let them answer my calls, do everything like that, and I'm gonna still work because this is where the benefits and this is where everything get kind of like what you said. This is the vehicle. This is the
Yeah.
vehicle. So I just had that going. I do want to get into real estate. I bought the book, but I have not did anything with it yet. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, no.
I have
No.
not did nothing with it yet, but I'm not gonna lie.
So now so how long have you had the book for?
So I ordered it, right? I ordered it. It states I have a PO box, so it
Okay.
states that it's there. I have not picked it up yet.
Oh, come on. So let me tell you something. So let me ask you a question. So if I sent you $1 million
Uh huh. It
and I
would be in
sent
a
that
PO
million,
box. It would be
if I
sitting in
sent
the
that
PO
million
box.
dollars, if I sent that check to the PO box, how
I
long
would
would it
have
take
picked
you
it
to
up
pick it up?
already. I would
You
have
would have
picked
picked
it
it
up
up already,
already.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, the information in this book is worth way more than $1 million.
Yeah.
Way more than $1 million.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, I was scrolling through the your Facebook ads be going crazy. I was going through the Facebook ads and boom, as soon as I went through the Facebook ads, you went live. I was like, oh yeah, let me hop on this. I was like, let me pull over and hop on this. But I know you out in Chicago. I want to start doing stuff in Philly and things like that because I'm in Vegas and like in Vegas is really not to say it's no point because you're gonna find something somewhere,
Yeah.
but you're gonna find something to flip somewhere. But out here, like they building up so much new that like it's kind of like pointless to flip an older home. And I
Okay.
took your thing of exposure. I took that to the highest level of like getting out more, going to see more. Like where I work in like it's a housing community with big homes, like how you said. So man, I drive past it. I drive through here every day. Like yeah, this gonna be me one day, man. Like how you were saying you used to ride with your wife. Y'all used to be in the car and you used to be like, how this feel? How this car feel? You
All the
know,
time. Right, right.
exactly. Heck
Well,
yeah,
look,
but
look, look. The first thing I need you to do, all right? I need you to get that book. I'm not even joking, because the book will not only just show you. I think you froze right there. I don't know if you could hear me or not. Now there you go. All
not
right.
here.
So you know I own a security company, right?
Yeah. A daycare center,
Yeah,
all that.
I own a security company, and the book would
Mm-hmm.
show you just how to transition from where you're at to actually now owning the security company, to starting your own security company. And it's going to show you
Okay.
step by step on how I did it. It's going to show you how I use real estate to fund every single business that I have. So
Got it.
the thing
Yeah.
about exposure, like exposure, and I ain't gonna lie, right? Exposure is all around all of us, right? It's around us every single day, right?
I think you
Instagram,
froze up.
social media, Facebook, you got exposure around you. But it's not
Uh
necessarily
huh.
always about, it's not always about like the exposure you got around. It's about what you do with the exposure you got. So when I went to Baltimore and I visited my friend, even though I seen all these houses, I saw these mansions, I saw these, different vehicles and things like that, I could have just went back home and just talked about what it was that I saw. But because of the mindset that I have, I understand that when it comes to exposure, you got to see, that's the part. Exposure is all around you. But the way you handle it is on you. That's your part, right? It's not your responsibility to provide the exposure, but it's definitely your. Damn, she just cut off. And then also, make sure that you got doggone signal when you're driving. You just might miss your opportunity. All right, let me get somebody else on here. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get you back on, yo. there we go.
Oops.
There you go.
Hey.
Well, you at work, man?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All my 9 to 5 people. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Where you work at?
I work at Enlight. It's a like laser production company in Vancouver, Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you in your office or you snuck in somebody else's office right now?
Oh, I just snuck into like the wellness room, the break room.
No, man. I hear it. So, wait, man, what's your name?
Yori, Olu Yori.
Okay, Yori, man. All right, man. Hey, so, man, bro. So, have you been watching already what we've been talking about?
Yeah,
All
I've
right,
been
so
watching.
talk to me then.
Okay. I mean, for me, the biggest like example, I guess, of like wealth and like acquiring that to me was always like a house. So like my parents, we've been in a 2 bedroom, but like something that I would do. Well, as soon as I got a car, I'm 22 right now, but as soon as I got a car at like 16,
Yeah.
whenever I had the chance after school, I would just kind of drive around and I just look at houses and see like, oh yeah, I kind of like this, I don't like that. What I've been doing recently is just like I'll just be looking at multi-million-dollar homes and just seeing how like they do things, or like watching house tours and seeing all the details and all the stuff people like talk about that I never even considered before.
Yeah.
Is how I do a lot of my exposure as far as that goes. But I think the other thing that I found out thanks to Toby, because he put me onto ET, and so that's how I found out about you and all the other guys, is just like
Wow.
seeing like black men who are like doing well financially, but also like really solid home lives. Like
Yeah.
that's really what I've been hoping to see. And I've been like, oh man, I really want to see mentorship or have someone who I can like look up to in this space. And I haven't seen it for the longest time until like just like this last year or so, finding
Hey,
about you guys and the Secret of Success podcast.
you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
22.
22. Oh, man. I
Yeah,
love it,
I'm gonna
man.
be 23 in 2 months.
Oh, it's okay. All right. I love it, bro. So,
Yeah.
look, this is what. Have you thought about how you want your life to look like? You seem like a
Uh,
pretty sharp guy.
I
I'm saying
mean,
like you
like,
already got the right exposure coming from coming from Toby, Secret to Success podcast. Have you thought about like how you want your life to look?
I mean, the only thing I really have down is just like, I just want to be in a space of financial freedom. So,
What is
you know,
financial freedom?
for me, that means if I need to take time off like this 9 to 5, that I'm working right now, I can, and that's not going to impact my lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you plan on having a family?
Yeah, eventually, I'm thinking a wife and maybe 2 daughters and a son. It's
Yeah,
kind
so
of where
now
I'm at.
so cool. What does financial freedom look like for them?
Ah, ooh, I guess like,
Because right now, financial freedom for you is just taking off whenever you want to take off. But now,
uh-huh.
when you have a family, can you quit? Can you still survive if you get fired? Can what does financial freedom look like for the overall picture? See, because when as a man, and I'm glad you
Uh-huh.
said you want to have a family one day. As a man, you got to start preparing for them right now.
Mm-hmm.
We prepare for those, so we prepare a place before they come. Imagine that, bro. Imagine you already having a house before you even meet your spouse. Imagine you already got the bank account set up. You already working towards retirement. You already got investments set up. Imagine that before you even get married. A lot of people always try to figure it out once they but you seem like a pretty sharp guy, so I'm gonna have a different kind of conversation with you today. All right?
Yeah.
Usually I might be like, look, man, you got to do, no, I'm telling you, imagine already preparing a place. Imagine already having bank accounts set up. Of course, in your name right now, but this account is set up for your children. Imagine, they always say you put $25, I believe, a week in a bank account for your child. By the time that child turns, 21, they'll be a millionaire because of compounding interest. Imagine if you set up that $25 account before you even conceive. Imagine that type of level of love your child will feel, that you was thought about, not only, when you first came in the world, but you was thought about years in advance.
Mm. I
See,
never thought.
this is why I try to tell people, this is what exposure can do.
Yeah.
This is what exposure can do for people. It can what's already in my mind can now go on you, and then now you can take that, and then now by doing that, you instantly just made your child a millionaire. Bro, you smiling so hard.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels good to hear someone say like, plan for the future because I'm not dating or anything like that. Like I'm completely just it's just me and like my plan so far was just to get me to this point where like I have a 9 to 5 and I'm just saving up for whatever comes next. So I've just been in a space of like exposing myself to whatever that next is. And so, just hearing you talk about, my kids and like planning for them is just I just feel like God's really speaking to me. So
Yeah, bro. But no, man, you first off, it's not just you, right?
mhm.
It's always the seed of you is already inside of you. So you carry along your seed everywhere you go. So I want you to really stop saying it's just me right now. We have
Okay.
to start making decisions already based on our children. We got to make decisions based on our spouses. We got to make decisions. Bro, you got not just your seed, you got a whole nation inside of you. Just think about it. You got a whole nation inside of you. Your children are going to come from you, and then your children are going to produce your grandchildren, and then your grandchildren are going to produce your great-grandchildren, and then it's going to keep going.
Hmm.
So how is it just you? You got generations. You got generations inside of you. So I need
Yeah.
you right now to start acting accordingly. But see, when you go with that mindset that it's just you, then you act accordingly to it's just you. You start just doing things like, oh man, it's just me. I can do whatever. I don't have to get up today. I don't have to, invest in this because it's just me. But when you start acting as though or believing or investing as though it's way larger than just yourself, watch how you start. Watch how you change. Watch how everything around you start changing. Just watch. So, man, have you ever thought about getting in real estate?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right,
That's
cool. I'm about to expose you to my real estate course. All right? Just because I'm about to expose you, bro. I don't even know if I was giving out no courses today. I just feel it, man. It's just something about you. And I just it's just my duty, I believe, as like a big brother, just to make sure that I expose you right now to this real estate course and just have it, man, where it can just change your life. Not only your life, but it's going to definitely change your children's life and your future spouse life. All right?
yeah.
Yeah, so like even the job you have now, like what did your parents do for a living? Like or the people in your community and things like that.
Yeah. My parents, my mom is like a systems engineer. My dad, he did like a bunch of different odd jobs, but he actually quit working around when I was born because he wanted to take paternity leave. They wouldn't let him. He was like, okay, well, my son's more important than y'all. So he's just kind of been self-employed ever since.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So man, so the exposure that you got growing up, how would you
Hmm.
say is directly connected to just who you are, the things you do in life and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, that's like why I went to college and stuff. Both my parents are college educated. They both have
Good.
masters. My mom got a PhD when I finished high school, so it was just kind of always the next step was just get to college and then get a job and
And then do what? Keep going though, but because exposure don't stop. So after
yeah.
college, because I think a lot of times growing up in a blue collar community, that's like the goal, right? Go to college.
Uh,
And then, once you graduate from college, they're like, you made it, you did it. Everybody clapping and cheering you on. But then
yeah.
you like, wait a minute, this ain't it. Like, I'm 20 years old. Like, what's next? Like, what's more? And then all of a sudden, once you get a job, it's kind of like people stop cheering you on. They just like, okay, cool, you got your job. Boom.
Hmm.
Live your life and then die.
Yeah.
Or the next goal is like, retirement, right? Oh man, okay, cool. Go work that company for 30 years and then all of a sudden you just retire. And then live your dreams after retirement. But
Hmm.
no, man, you gotta continue to dream. But the way how you dream, bro, listen to this. The way you dream, the way you come up with your dream is by getting exposed to new ideas, new concepts, getting exposed to new ways of doing things. I promise you, you cannot, and hear me, man, you cannot continue to just hang around the same people that you hanging with now or that you're growing up with. Eventually, you're going to have to, in order for you to grow, you got to get outside of that, man. You got to get around people. Start hanging with people that's sometimes older than you, people that's doing other things, bro. People that's like literally living the type of life that you maybe want to live. That's how you find out how to go about it. You know, I remember I used to, you know, growing up with my friends, we would all be the same age, all doing the same thing. It was like the blind leading the blind. Nobody had any new ideas. Nobody, you know, could show us anything. And it wasn't until I said, man, look, I got to get around a different group of friends. You know, that's the thing I love about, you know, getting with the guys on the podcast, right? Everybody on the podcast is in a different industry, right? E.T., #1 motivation speaker in the world. He's exposed me. Just look at it, bro. Just as serious, how serious exposure is. E.T. exposed me to just speaking. He exposed me to being on the stage, being an international speaker. You know, he exposed me to getting indoors with speaking at schools and just different things like that. Man, I remember standing on the stage. I remember being in the audience years ago, listening to E.T. speak. And I remember at that time, it might only been about 500 people in the audience. And I remember thinking to myself, man, I could never do that. Like, man. But then all of a sudden, once E grabbed me and CJ grabbed me and brought me in and was like, hey, man, and had me hanging with them. They had me going to conferences with them, and I would be behind stage, and we'd be all talking, and they go out on stage and do their thing. The more and more I hung with them, the more it seemed realistic for me. And then so now here it is. I remember saying to myself, I could never do this. 500 people and ET just going, man, for an hour. And then no more than probably about a year and a half later, 2 years later, hanging with them, I'm standing in front of 2,000 people on stage. I'm standing in front of 2,000 people, and I'm getting a standing ovation. I'm in a different country. I'm in London, and I'm getting a standing ovation in London in front of 1,000 people. That's what exposure will do. That's what it will do for you, bro. Exposure will change your life. Exposure will make you believe things, man, that you thought at one point was impossible. So I need you to go after exposure at all costs. Don't spend your time playing video games. Don't spend your time, man. I'm serious right now, bro.
All right.
Don't spend your time. That's a waste of time. Don't spend your time out here even chasing women, dog. Chase your dreams. You chase your dreams, I guarantee you, bro, the women will come. Trust me, the right women will come. And that's what's important. It's not about how many women, it's about having the right woman. And when you trace any man chasing his dream, oh man, that looks so sexy to a woman. That looks sexy to a woman. When you're a man handling your business, you're a man that know what you want. So man, be a man that know what he wants, man. Be a young man that knows what he wants, man. And then be a young man that has vision. Be a young man that's just going after the things of this world, that's just conquering things. But you have to go and get exposure. So I want you to write down ways that you're going to get exposure. I want you to first write down how your life needs to be, how you want it to be. And remember, don't write this down from a selfish point of view. Don't write it down with saying me, I. Remember that God created your rib, right? He created that rib. Whoever your spouse is going to be, he created her too. She's in the world right now. She's just waiting on you. She's waiting on you. Remember your child that you're going to give birth, that your wife is going to bring to this world, right? That seed is already in. You carry it everywhere you go. So create the vision right now for your family right now. For everybody that's going to carry your name. And then now go get this exposure and take it to another level, bro. Take it to another level, all right?
Yeah.
All right, so what I want you to do is send me a message. Send me a message on IG with your email and you know that we just talked or whatever, and I want to make sure I get this course to you immediately so you can get that exposure, all right? Because it's time, bro. It's time.
All right.
It ain't by chance that we talking right now.
Oh, absolutely not. I prayed about this, so.
And the crazy part about it is that you're the same exact age that I started. When I took this trip to Baltimore, I think I just turned 23. But when I got shot at, I was 22 years old. So you're the same exact age. I feel like I'm talking to my past you. You know, I'm talking to my past self right now. And, you know, and at your age, man, I hear so much like the world was just wide open. It was just like I could do anything. And I just didn't know how to do it. I knew that anything and everything that I wanted in this earth, I can have it. But I knew that the only thing that was standing in my way was just information and exposure. All right? And so that's what you need to go after. You don't want to be in the same position, man, 20 years from now.
Absolutely not.
You don't want to be in the same position, bro. Greatness is on you. Trust me. And you got to believe that. Write that down, put it in the mirror, man. And so I'm going to be the first person to congratulate the future man that you're going to become. All right? You got to call it on your life, man. Go walk in it. Go after it. All right? I always tell people, man, your level of exposure determines your level of success. Your level of exposure. I could have met the speaking coach or teacher in 8th grade, some teacher that teach speaking class, right? I could have met that person, and that would have been my level of exposure as far as speaking. But I met the actual #1 speaker in the world, and now I'm touching millions of people because of the level of exposure that I got. E.T., he could have met just anybody doing real estate, but instead he met the #1, I call myself the #1 real estate professional, the #1 9-to-5 real estate professional in the world. And because of that, now E.T. has bought over 20 properties in the last year. Your level of exposure will determine your level of success. All right? And you just been exposed by the best. So now go out there and act like it.
All right.
All right, bro. I'll talk with you, man.
Okay.
Send me that message, all right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Man, crazy, man. It's tripping me out how many young people actually be jumping on these calls. Somebody said, where's Miss King? Miss King is watching. She's on here commenting, y'all. Yep. Somebody said, put me in, coach. All right, cool. I'm going to put you in just because you asked. Let's go. I feel like pouring into people, man. I don't know what it is. There we go. What's going on, brother?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm great. I can't complain one bit.
Me either.
So, man, what's up, man? What's your name? Talk to me.
My name is Dre. I'm from Kansas
Dre?
City, Missouri. Yes, sir.
Cool. Good to meet you, Dre. Where you from, man?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City, Missouri. Okay.
Yes,
So what
sir.
you do? What's your 9-to-5, bro?
My 9-to-5 is auto body technician. I work on
Auto
cars.
body technician.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, I could have used you a while ago, bro.
Oh, man, that's crazy. We actually met before a while back.
Oh, yeah. Where did we meet at?
We met at Stay Ready in 2017.
Dang. Wow. That was in Atlanta?
It was in Atlanta, yeah.
Wow. That was when I was in the audience, right?
Yeah, we met. I took your number down and everything. It was crazy. You gave me your
How
number.
you even remember me? I wasn't even speaking.
Well, because like I remember seeing after I left the conference, you was in the videos talking about Giordano's and all the pizza. They was interviewing people or whatever. And then I remember you telling me you was a police officer before, because you kept the humble, pulled the humble card. You said
I was a police officer. Well, how am I supposed to act?
You was. I never knew that you did real estate or anything like that, and it's just crazy that you were doing that the whole time. We talked. I was in the front row. I was like one of the first people there. You were like on the left of me. And then I think you said like, how old are you? I was about 23 at the time, 22 or something like that. You were just telling me how things were in Chicago, how it was kind of crazy at the time. We chatted for a little bit. I took your number down, but I knew I couldn't use it at the time. I was like, man, that seemed like somebody who I could really, you seem like a good dude and somebody who I could look up to and like get some good mentorship from, but I knew I couldn't use the number at the time. So it was just crazy.
Wow. So wait a minute, let me get this straight. So back in 2017, we're at a conference.
Yeah.
I'm in the audience, you in the audience. We watching ET on the stage. I'm not even speaking yet, and I gave you my phone number.
Yep.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Bro, you should have called me up. Hey, I'm over here tripping out because I don't just get my number out like that.
Yeah.
So man, it must have been something inside of you, man. I think one of my passions, like something I love pouring into like younger black guys, right? Younger, just not younger black, just younger people, period, right?
Right.
For so long, my job told me we had to lock people up, right? We had to put people in handcuffs. And I believe just, the way to change a person is not by handcuffing them, but by cuffing them, putting your arm around them, and just really, man, just showing them, I believe that everybody, the reason why you maybe do something wrong is just because you don't know any better or because nobody has showed you a better way. Right. And so, man, that's crazy, bro. You should have definitely, man, hit me up, man. If you would have hit me up, let me tell you something. How old are you right now?
I'm 26 now.
You're 26 right now. Let me tell you something. Yeah. If you would have hit me up, all right, and you was how old when you first saw me?
About 22, 23.
All right, so check this out. And this is no cap. I first started real estate when I was 22.
Mm-hmm.
And I became a millionaire at age 26.
Yep.
So from the time period, that I met you and you had my number,
yeah,
you could have probably been a millionaire in real estate right now.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
See, that was right now, we talking about exposure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So right now, in 2017, you got exposed to somebody who was doing real estate, who was doing business and things like that, and you did not take advantage of it because you felt like you wasn't ready, right? But whether you feel like you're ready or not, the exposure was still there. I was ready. So sometimes when somebody is giving you exposure, it's not always about if you're ready or not.
Yeah.
You think I was ready to get on the stage and start speaking with E.T.?
Oh, no, not at all.
Do you think I was ready to get on the podcast? I've never even watched the podcast before.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's the thing. You can't talk yourself out of your blessings, bruh. Don't never get in the way of your blessings. Because everybody in the situation was ready, but you. God was ready, right? God was ready because he put us together at the same time, at the same place. I was ready because I gave you my number.
Mm-hmm.
But you wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Bruh.
A lot has changed over them years, though. That's why I'm on this live.
Okay, so now you're ready.
Yeah. I handle things a lot differently. That's when I was younger. I was a little bit more timid. But, like, over the years, I've gained the confidence to know, like, if you don't get out there and you don't jump, you're not going to be able to take advantage of any opportunity. So I'm a lot more, I'll pounce on opportunity nowadays. But I still, still need to get exposed. Nobody's 100%. I still know I need to grow a lot. I got your course. I listen to the Secret to Success podcast all the time. I think there was an episode you was going in with Carl, and I was like, okay, I'm getting it. I think you said something about, when you look at your bank account and you take that hit, it hurt for the moment.
Yep.
But the investment in the long run is what really counts. So that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I mean, I've spent money on other stuff before, and they don't necessarily yield a return. So I knew I had to do that. And I've done it like before, going to those conferences and stuff like that. People was like, why are you spending $300-something to go hear E.T. speak? I'm like, it's not just about him speaking. It's about all the people that's going to be there. That means it's going to be people who thinking like me, who want to be there and want to grow. It's bigger.
Isn't it amazing how people say things like that? They're like, man, you spent $300-something to hear E.T. speak. Yeah. But yet them same people spent $100,000 to go to college and hear a professor speak. That ain't got nothing. That ain't showing you nothing. That's not the number one person in the world. Ain't gonna change your life, no kind of way. Exactly. People put value, bro, on the wrong things. And it's so crazy. I remember I used to hear the same things. I used to get that all the time. I used to beg people to come to conferences with me. I used to even buy the tickets for them, and they still would not show up.
That's crazy.
They still wouldn't show up, but now all of a sudden, they see me on stage now, right? Now they looking, they just like, man, now you just always blessed, man. You just always, good things just always happen to you, man. I can't ever get nothing lucky like that. I'm like, you don't remember when I was trying to get you to come to the conference? Yeah. But guess what they'll say? They wasn't ready.
Right.
Now, ain't this crazy? Hold on, dog. See, God talking to me now. My friend said they wasn't ready, right?
Uh-huh.
You said you wasn't ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the time, did you say you wasn't ready?
Yeah, at the time I wasn't.
And what was the name of the conference?
Stay Ready.
Say it louder for the people in the back of the room.
Stay Ready.
The name of the conference that we was at was called Stay Ready.
Yep.
And even at that time, you said that you wasn't ready. Bruh, you got to stay ready because you don't know what opportunities are going to come your way. Mm-hmm. And trust me, more doors are going to open for you. You're a young guy. More doors are going to open. Doors are going to open and close all throughout your life. Will you be ready?
Oh, that's a fact. I got to be.
It's doors, dog. I want you to do something, man. I want you to really, dog, just next time, especially when we get off this live, and then when you just go outside or when you drive in your car, I want you just to straight up, just drive through the streets and then just look at everything as a door. Mm-hmm. Everything is a door. Every building you see, every business you see, every restaurant you see, every bank you see. The one thing that every single business, bank, anything that's out here all have in common is that they all have doors.
Yeah.
They all have doors. You just gotta enter into them, bro. You gotta be ready to open the door and walk inside. You can keep driving by all of these businesses. Banks got billions of dollars in them. But unless you open the door, right? Unless you open the door and walk through that door, then it's just another building. It's just another building. It's properties out here that it's got $100,000 in equity in that property, $200,000 in equity in these properties. But until you're ready to take that step and walk through the door, that building is just going to be another vacant building.
Right.
See, what gives the value is you. You give it the value. You give it the value by you walking through the door and by you, making it happen. And so, bro, this is your year for you to start walking through the door. This is your year for you to stay ready. Here it is. You and I both was at a conference in 2017. I'm going to tell you this. When CJ called me and when he invited me to come to, New York, and he was like, hey, I want you to come with us, man, and just, come behind stage, hang out with me and E. Bro, I was staying ready. Then when she said, hey, man, look, we got a conference going up. It's called, man, what was that? We did so many conferences now. I don't even know the name of it. It wasn't Take Control.
1%?
Huh?
1%?
No, it wasn't 1%. It was before 1%. It was the business one. I don't even know which one it was, but he asked me to come on stage and just answer questions, right? Just answer questions. I was ready. And then when we answering questions, and then it went from me answering questions to me doing what's called the keys of the kingdom. And then that's when I used to just talk for about 10, 15 minutes about, now it wasn't Ignite the Dream. Thanks, somebody put on the Ignite the Dream. It was before Ignite the Dream. But that's when I would, just answer questions or break down my keys to the kingdom. And then keys to the kingdom, one day we was in San Francisco, and then I was doing my keys to the kingdom, and I kept on just going a little bit longer, and I was really getting into it. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden in San Diego, CJ was like, hey, we got a slot in here. We want you to go in here and do like a 45-minute keynote. And I was nervous. I was like, I can't speak for 45 minutes. That's when they got me off stage. It was like, hey, man, it's been an hour and you're still talking. The point is, bro, you have to be ready. You got to stay ready. Mm-hmm. All of these opportunities. And I wasn't the first person to ever had these opportunities come around in front of them. But the only thing is, I was the one that took advantage of these opportunities. I was ready. I didn't have to go practice because I was already doing everything it took. My story is my story. I was already doing it. I was already doing it way before that. So, man, I need you right now to be preparing yourself. I like to think of it like back when I was playing football, right? In the off season, you train, right? In the off season, all you do is work out, you eat, you sleep, you prepare yourself because you never know when your opportunity is going to come. You never know. And the question is not if the opportunity is going to happen. It's, will I be ready when the opportunity comes?
Yeah. That's a fact, because next time just in life in general nowadays, I'm going to the networking events. I'm going to them and speaking to these people and not just taking their numbers down, but I'm following up nowadays. So I'm handling it a lot different than I did back then. Back then I was kind of timid and, kind of iffish about the opportunity, but I don't move like that no more.
Yeah, bro. So, man, you got Make Real Estate. You went through the whole course?
I actually stopped because I wanted to focus more on the wholesaling piece. I wanted to get the equity first before I started overwhelming myself with the fix and flip and the buy and hold. I wanted to work on the wholesaling piece. Yeah. And master that level, and then kind of work my way into the rest of the course.
Yeah, bro, I need you to go over the whole course.
Okay.
Go over the whole course. Mm-hmm. All right. Go over the whole course. We got this right now. This is a seller's market right now, right? Mm-hmm. And so people, man, are making tons of money with fixing and flipping. You got tons of people making, all kind of money with fixing and flipping. Right now, I've been buying properties. I bought, and just to be transparent, within the last year, during COVID, I bought about 19 properties, right? 19 properties that I'm fixing and flipping. And all of these properties, man, I mean, the values of them, just in the time period from the time I bought the properties to the time of selling them, each one of these properties got at least about $100,000 to $200,000 of equity in them that I can make as net profit on each one. So this is the time to fix and flip. So, man, I need you to be more engaging. I need you. Are you with alumni? You would make real estate real alumni?
No, I want to get in it soon, though, for sure.
Okay, so do you have down payment money? So, because a lot of people, when I hear them say, well, I want to get into wholesaling first, it's because you don't have the money for your down payment. So you're trying to wholesale to get the money for your down payment. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so go look and sign up for Make Real Estate Real Alumni. When you sign up for the alumni, I'm giving my own money, right? I got $1.5 million that I'm loaning to the people that's an alumni so you can utilize that money for your down payment. So you no longer have to wait. I need y'all to get in the game right now. All right? 10 properties. If you bought 10 properties will make you a millionaire if you buy the right one. Right. 10 properties. So you're 10 properties away from becoming a millionaire, bro. 10 properties. So I need you right now. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't let this door close on you. And then you're like, okay, cool. I'm trying to. No, this is your time. All right.
Yeah, I'm getting on it as soon as we get off. I'm gonna get on the alumni.
Yep. And if you still got my phone number, then shoot me a message.
I don't think I have it, unfortunately.
See, man, you just the opportunity, dog. You just got doors closing on you, dog.
Hey, I got the old phone.
What happened? You didn't think I was gonna be who I am today, so you just deleted my number out your phone.
No, it wasn't like that.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Nah, it wasn't like that.
I'm joking. Hey, reach out to me on IG. Send me a message, man, and then let's connect.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
All right, bro. Go in, man. Come on, dog. You ain't got forever.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, for sure, bro. Hey, I'm gonna get one more person on here real quick. I'm gonna get one more person. Let's see. Hold on. Actually, yeah, let me get one more person. First person I see on here, I'm gonna just send it. Yeah, definitely sign up for the alumni, y'all. I'm telling you, alumni is fire. You know, like I said, I'm giving my own. Another young guy. How old are you, bro? How old are you?
I'm 16.
16. I love it. What's your name, young man?
My name is Rip Cornish.
What is it?
Yeah. Rip Cornish.
Rip.
Yeah.
All right, Rip. Yeah. Where you from, man?
I'm from Maryland, born and raised, Cambridge, Maryland.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No, that's big for me because I was just talking about my ride to Baltimore. That's actually, man, I was, Baltimore, Maryland, man.
Yeah, we really close to it. Yes, sir.
So what you doing on my live, bro? Like, what you like what's up? You learning about real estate? What's going on? 16 years old. Why you not playing video games and YouTubing and all that other stuff?
I'm just different. But like a lot of my friends do that. Like they be outside a lot. But I've started motivational speaking and stuff, and I'm trying to build like on that. So I usually like stay in and I like focus on that, and I listen to you guys' podcast, like every single podcast, and you guys literally like taught me, like even though everything is not how I want it to be right now, to still find a blessing in it, and like basically be the maker of my future. God is the creator of everything and all, but to actually like take those steps towards being where like you are or even further. So that's what I'm doing right now, and yeah, this is exposure. So I thank you for having me on here. This is like a dream come true. I can't believe I'm even on here right now.
Wow, bro, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed, man. I mean, crazy thing is, I have a daughter your exact age, 16 years old, and to hear you speak like that, man, that's incredible. That's incredible, man. Wow. So you want to be a motivational speaker?
Yes. I started like in 7th grade. I was just picked randomly by the principal, and I spoke at Howard University. But ever since then, I came in 3rd, but I knew I could do better. So I just been working and perfecting my craft since then, like trying to get better and better. So I've been just trying to do better.
I love it. I love it. This is what I want you to do. Because I don't know, man. I feel like you're supposed to, I could definitely tell that you should be a speaker. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to send me a message with your information. All right?
Yes, sir.
The next
Yes, sir.
conference we have,
Yes,
and I'm
sir.
not even joking, yeah, man. The next conference we have, I mean, we haven't one in Mexico. I can't get you there, but the next one
Mexico?
we have somewhere in the, not, I said, no, I can't get you to Mexico. We're going to Mexico.
Okay.
But the next
Yeah,
conference we have in the States, listen, and I'm giving you my word on this. The next conference we have in the States, I want to fly you to the conference. All right? I want to fly you to the conference, and I want you to be behind stage. I want you to get that same exposure that I actually got. I want to fly you to the conference. I want you to be behind stage with me. I want you to be behind stage to get a chance to see E.T., CJ. I want you to be up there and really see what it looked like. You at the perfect age, man. You at the perfect age. Any young man that speaks like you and got a strong foundation, man, I could just see it all on you, bro. You could be out here doing anything else. And you out here watching this 43-year-old real estate investor, ex-police officer, you watching me speak. So it's my duty to make sure that I pour into you. You're too young to buy property right now, but, you know, I think speaking
I can't wait.
Yeah, speaking is definitely in your thing. So I want to make sure that I get your information. Hear me, man. I'm not joking. I'm telling you the truth. I'm going to fly you to wherever we speak at. I don't know where the next conference is. It might be Atlanta or something like that, but I'm going to fly you there. And I'm going to make sure, you know, so tell your parents, I want them there, and I want you to get that exposure. I want you to get the behind the stage exposure, because you're going to do some great things. You're going to speak a word into so many other young people, man. And this is what's needed. All right? This is what's needed, man. So because of your faith, because you out here seeking exposure, I just want to show people what exposure look like. And I want to make sure that I keep in contact with you. And I want to make sure that we present you to the world and show people what exposure can do. All right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you
Thank
feeling?
you.
You good?
I'm overwhelmed with emotion right now. Like, I don't know. I want to cry. I want to, like, just thanking God. Like, I don't know where I come from. Like, this type of stuff never happens. Like, where I come from, like you grow up, you give into your environment, and you go to jail or you get killed. You know, thank you. Thank you.
No, bro. Hey, I want you to just do me a favor. Is that keep on being you. Don't change. Don't let nobody change you. I know now, being a speaker is maybe not even popular amongst your group, you know, but don't let nobody change you. You be the change. All right. You be the change that they need to see. You know, God got you in this situation for a reason. And so, you know, this test that you're going through, being around death, being around people getting locked up, you know, this is going to definitely be your testimony. All right. People are going to hear about you, man, all over the world, bro. So just like I said, your level of exposure. The reason why I said people are going to hear about you from all over the world is because your level of exposure will determine your level of success. You're about to be exposed to the #1 motivational speaker in the world. You're about to be exposed. I don't know where I fall on the list, but I'm on the list somewhere. And you're about to be exposed to this motivational speaker also. Oh man, don't let your phone go out. Man, I think I lost him, y'all. Oh man. Man, I'm sure he's gonna hit me back. There you go. All right, I thought I lost you. So yeah, you're about to be exposed on a high level, man. You're about to be exposed on a high level, and more people need to do this. More people need to reach back, and you know, the youth is not against us, you know, and people need to stop acting like the youth is against us. It's not us against them, but them against us. It's us together, because without y'all, listen to me, y'all, without y'all, there's no us. And so it's our responsibility.
Oh man.
It's our responsibility. It's our job. Oh, you lost the signal again? Oh man. Y'all see how the devil act, man? The devil, oh my God. The devil wants to come in and just, oh man, look, get him back on. That's why I need to make sure that I get his information, man. Hey, this is how we fix the future, though. One kid at a time, man. One kid at a time. Oh, I lost him. Let's see. Oh man, we got to get him back on. Let's see. His phone died. Oh man, that's all right. He gonna watch the replay. So make sure you send me your information. All right, we gonna get you straight, young guy. All right, let's see. Oh man, let me in, please. All right, who is this? I gotta get some women in. Let's see. Let's get some female. Let's get some women. Women, where y'all at? Any women? I don't know, man. It says this one is suave, but I don't know. It might be a guy. I've been trying to get some women. I know y'all like, man, where the ladies at? I'm trying to find y'all. I'm trying to find y'all. Let's see. That's a true statement. They turn to the older generation against the youth. That's right. What up, Jonathan? What's going on, bro? Hey, you another guy, man. Can you find him with his name? I don't even remember the name, actually. Man. Y'all help me. If any of y'all know what that guy IG tag is, y'all let me know. Yeah, y'all let me know, man. Man, it's so crazy. It's already 7:17. I'm having too much fun. Man, I ain't even go over left side of the menu. But you know what? I am going to try to find this young guy, man, and finish this phone conversation. I'm going to let his phone charge. But somebody said no, he's still there. But yeah, so I'm going to respect everybody's time. I know the national championship game. Hey, shout out to my boy AD. He's an assistant coach. Alvin Brooks, the third, he's assistant coach of Baylor. And him and his wife, they are with Make Real Estate Real. They in the Make Real Estate Real, man. So we got a coach. So y'all be cheering on Oregon today. So, man, y'all, hey, I love doing this because I get a chance to pour back, to pour back into other people, man, and just pour into other people. And I just love it. I can do this all day long because it's needed. People have poured into my life. And so I believe, and my wife always say this, we are blessed to be a blessing. And, if everybody just had that kind of mentality and if everybody did that, man, the world would be such a better place. So everybody that I spoke to today, man, definitely reach out to me, send me a message so we can go ahead and continue this. Everybody else, do me a favor, tag some people, let people know what we're doing on every Monday, Millionaire Moments, all right? Let them know what we're doing so that, that they can possibly be blessed. We're going to continue, man. I'm going to continue to expose everybody on here. I'm going to continue to give out courses. I'm going to continue to do my part, all right? So, man, y'all do y'all part. Send this out. Let your friends and family know. You never know how they might get exposed, all right? So, man, y'all, I thank y'all for joining me in this moment. I thank you guys, man. I thank you for the exposure. I thank you for allowing me to expose y'all. And I'm going to see y'all next Monday, all right? Let's go.